American Gladiators. From 1989 to 1996, it was my favorite show and still is. And today, I'm going to take inside the contenders of American Gladiators, specifically my 7 favorites. So put on your spandex, your helmets, grab your pugil sticks, your assault cannons, and meet me right back here as we go right back to Gladiator Arena. See, so at number 1, representing season 1B is actually a runner-up. We have 3 of these on this list as 3 winners. Our first runner-up, Bridget from Missouri. The Italian stallion from, I believe it was Chicago. Now let me look. Yeah, so it was Chicago. So some things that weren't mentioned on the show. He was a standout softball player. I can't remember that actually. Football for Diamond High School, and I forget what college. Straight Dominican High School. She also played softball at the great University of Michigan. What we've heard, number 7 on this list, is just that fiery Italian-like attitude. I mean, she definitely had the Chicago thing though. She had the attitude. She had what 8-year-old me thought I was kind of cockiness, but current me thinks of as confidence. The confidence was there. It's a shame she had to run into the ore factory known as Houston's own season 1A champion, Tracy Phillips, who actually retained her title that season in a very close eliminator race, mind you. This was on the easiest eliminator of all time, season 1. Anyway, with that being said, Bridget Ventura, you get number 7 on this list. Let's go on and move on. And next, we're going to talk about one of America's finest, a police officer from Covington, Georgia, by the name of Adrienne Sullivan. She gets number 6 on this list. She was a champion in season 6, went on to lose in the. Actually, it might have been season 5. Let me look at my notes. Hang on just a sec here. I've lost my notes. Season 6. Okay, she went on to do International Gladiators 1 in season 6 and actually lost to Eunice Hart in the final. But she was our very first contender here on American Gladiators to actually go on and compete in the international show, along with that year's men's champion Wesley Berry. But that's another contender for another list. What makes Adrienne number 6 is her toughness. Literally, this girl had been beat on her entire time, and not once did she crack or get hurt. That's your police officer toughness, and why I've come to respect that run, and why I salute her as a contender. On to number 5. Number 5 is an easy and interesting pick. This is our only internationally born contender on the American show. Now, you would think because she was born in Italy, if she wanted to be on Gladiator, she would have gone to the British version. Who am I talking about here? Season 7 champion T. Sorge. Now, was talking to a friend about this earlier this morning as of the recording of this video, and he pointed out that T actually did not go, even though she won it all that season. He pointed out that I believe it was Peggy Odita, the future host of Gladiators 2000, that win her spot. We'll get to Peggy Odita here in a bit. But T was a photographer from LA, originally born in Rome. I forget the full story. I'm going to have y'all go back and watch her run on American Gladiator season 7 for that. To be fair, though, she's my season 7 pick just because there weren't a lot of, or season 6, yeah, she was 7. Season 7 pick because there weren't a lot of interesting female contenders on that show, and that's what this list is about. Anyway, on with number 5 now. Well, that was number 5, I'm sorry. On with number 4, and this is a tribute pick. This is kind of a somber one. We have Cheryl Wilson-Minelli, who I believe lost to Betsy Erickson in the finals of season 4. I say tribute pick because her boyfriend would do something to her later that YouTube doesn't like mentioning. I will say that, and I hope the guy is still in prison for what he did to her, or if it's one of those states, no longer with us. He is. I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, why Cheryl Wilson? Aside from the tribute, she was one of those that was an amazing athlete, a basketball player from. I don't really remember honestly. But there were other basketball players on that season that didn't go as far. You had Jennifer Walls, who, on a side note, I thought they made up her basketball story because I looked up the New Jersey Suns. They don't exist. Neither does the WPBA. Now maybe they got the league name wrong. I don't know. That's another story for another time. Anyway, you had her. You had let's see, Lisa Langston was a basketball coach up in Arlington, Texas, actually at the time. Didn't get. I think she was one of the losses to share. She was one of the ones that lost to Betsy Erickson, who in turn lost to again our current pick at Cheryl Wilson-Minelli. Anyway, for her athletic background and her personality, Cheryl Wilson-Minelli gets my tribute pick at number 4. And now on to number 3. We touched on number 3 a bit earlier. Who am I talking about? I am talking about one of my favorites of all time. That's why she's at number 3. This is the future referee. I said host originally, but referee for Gladiators 2000 is Peggy Odita. This girl just ran through the Gladiators. Every event would score. She'd score something in every event. This girl was the female Wesley Berry. Couldn't stop scoring and had the personality to back it up. No, of course, Barry's going to be on my favorite male contenders companion list to this once I get that drafted up, but that's a spoiler. This one, Peggy Odita, the Peganator as they called her, was actually an Olympic sprinter, I believe it was, originally born in Jamaica. Interestingly enough, I forget where in the U.S. she was actually from. And I'm not going to look it up because I still got 2 others to get to. In fact, let's get to one of those right now. Number 2 from season 2A or 2B, I can't remember which. San Jose, California, at the time's very own Electra Dorsa. This woman, oh geez, I wish she had a better run than she did. She came on as a replacement for Alice Wilcox, who I believe banged her knee or her ankle in Powerball and couldn't continue on after that. Electra, I believe, hit all the way to the semifinals before losing to the eventual women's champion that year, which would be Duran Cumberbatch, by the way. No, wait, yeah, she got to the semifinals, lost to Duran Cumberbatch, who then defeated Maria Nichting in the final. Anyway, Electra Dorsa was just the most happy to be there, most joyous contender we've ever seen on the show. I've often compared her to season 3's AJ Perling, who almost made this list. It was down between her and Electra Dorsa, and if I were going to do an honorable mention, it would definitely have gone to AJ Perling. Anyway, my number 1 pick. This one might be a bit obvious. It's my favorite contender of all time. It ain't over till it's over, and I wish I had a clip of her saying that for this video. It's season 3 winner, runner-up Kimberly Lenz. Runner-up because she lost to Kathy Mollica in the Grand Championship and a heartbreaking eliminator finish. Wow. The contender that refused to give up, which was what American Gladiators was all about. The show that just wouldn't give up, even in its later days, when the ratings were obviously sagging. The show just wouldn't give up, unlike the 2008 version, which tapped out after two seasons. But anyway, we'll get to that version later. Back to Kimberly Lenz. She lost very closely in the maze. Her foot was literally like half off the platform when 00 ran up. You had, what was it, 60 seconds to get by all 4 gladiators? She misses it by half second. Larry Thompson says no. She still comes back and actually wins that heat. She was one of the season 3, it was 3A grand finalists alongside Mark Ortega, who will be on another one that'll be on my male contenders list for another time. But she qualified from the grand champion from season 1A, I believe it was that year, as did Mark Ortega. Her season B qualifiers were, I know Joe Morrow qualified there. And I'm trying to think of a female contender. It wasn't Kimberly. Was it Kimberly? I'm gonna have to watch that season again. Honestly, I don't remember. Anyways, and there you have it. Kimberly Lynn's my number one favorite female contender of all time, just for her her it ain't over till it's over attitude. Is what I'm gonna call that. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this list of my 5 favorite American Gladiators, original American Gladiators contenders of all time. Stay tuned next time as I'm going to explore the top 5 male contenders. But what did you think? Do you agree with my list? Or do you not agree? Let me know in the comments. And if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys again soon.